All right, it's lunes. And we are starting off, as always, in the beautiful city of Irvine. The cookie cutter neighborhoods. Oh yeah, I can't get a flat right now. Better get out of this four-wheel drive section. I forgot my tube. I'm tubeless. So if we get a flat, it's gonna be a patch job, which is fine. It's just gonna take a while. All right, so we're gonna avoid MacArthur today. I feel like I was reading some statistics and I don't remember them. I just remember it was daunting that you know, how many cyclists / e-bikers are killed a year by automobiles. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Thousands. We're gonna take the Von Carmen route. It's a pretty cold day today. The sun came out, it was beautiful, but I'm sure everybody's familiar with the feeling, like after it rains for a week and you go and the sun comes out and you go outside, it's surprisingly cold. So I think we lose some, a little bit of insulation. All the grime has been cleaned from the atmosphere. It's ran down the gutters and to whatever kind of basins that it's ran into or into the ocean. Wow. Wow, look at that. Oh, look at those clouds, so nice. Wow, that's so nice. So I took a watercolor class one time. So I think it was when I had come back from the last time I went to New Mexico. I'm not 100%. It wasn't actually that. So I've been here for 15 years. So it wasn't really that long ago, maybe 20 years ago. Yeah, that's not very long ago. Well, I've been here for 15. I feel like I just moved here. So, but I'd come back from New Mexico. This is actually where this whole industrial maintenance thing was born for me. So, went up to New Mexico. I've talked about that before. That was just a seasonal job doing construction and working on some cabins. Even though I didn't really work on the cabins, I was primarily just a driver, get supplies, pick up friends of the owner of the property from Colorado and bring them out to the cabin. I'm sure that I have a million stories about that, but anyway, I must have been coming back from there and moved to my hometown, Porterville, in Tulare County, and then prior to me going to New Mexico, I'd worked at a hardware store for several years that rented out heavy equipment. Oh, there's security. I was a supervisor there, and so when I got back from New Mexico, one of the guys that I worked with had got a new job at a different hardware store. So his name was Ray Lopez. And so Ray Lopez started working for this guy named Art, which I think I've told this story before, but I haven't told the painting story. And so this hardware store is in this little town called Lindsay, outside of Porterville. So if you go probably 10 miles north of Porterville through the orange groves down what's called Old Highway 65. No, it's not 65. It's not even 65. It's Main Street. So if you leave Main Street in Porterville, head north, you make it go all the way into Lindsay. First you hit Strathmore and then you hit Lindsay. I don't know the name of the road. All those roads are like numbers. So it'd be like 248 or whatever, something like that. So Lindsay, I don't know what the population of Lindsay is, probably 5,000 to 8,000, maybe more now, maybe 8,000 to 10,000, but a small agricultural community. And I don't know which way to go. I guess we can go this way just for a change. Yeah, let's go this way. So anyway, so this guy Ray, he knows this guy named Art who basically owns Lindsay. And Lindsay actually used to be kind of a probably in the 50s, was probably a decent sized town for that area and had it going on. They had the agricultural thing going on. They had a downtown, multiple movie theaters, old buildings, that kind of, like that kind of thing, the Western San Joaquin Valley civilization. I don't know how to describe it. Just old buildings, if you've ever been out to anywhere in Tulare County, all these little towns look the same. But it had a charm to it. And a lot of the, so this hardware store, so this guy Art owned just about every building in downtown Lindsay. And, there's restaurants there. But it's not like a commercialized place. It's all the stores and businesses are all independent, like little, Mexican food, this hardware store, and, maybe a used furniture spot, maybe like a 99-cent store, like similar to what you would see in downtown Santa Ana, kind of. But this town was, I don't know, it just had a certain charm about it. So the True Value Hardware was in this old downtown in an old building, and it was right next to a old movie theater, and which he owned as well. He owned this old movie theater, and his wife would actually was in the process of kind of restoring it, and she was more like of an artistic person, like she was into like the old Mexican poets and old plays. Like they would have plays there, and like just a lot of cultura, you would say. So like anyway, so Ray knew Art, and Art hired Ray to run a True Value Hardware store in downtown Lindsay. And so when I moved back, I went and visited Ray, and I was looking for work. And that might have been when I worked for Paul McDonald, when I did the Paul McDonald thing, worked for the sewer contractor guy. This might have been the job I got after that. I'm not totally sure though. So most of the customers in there are Spanish speaking. That's the town. That's what it is. And so Art didn't want to hire me because I didn't speak Spanish, but Ray's like, Chris knows enough, you know what I mean? Like, I know enough to get by, and I know, like, the other day I didn't know that I didn't know that a meal was 1,000, but I don't have to usually deal with thousands, you know, but like knowing my numbers, you know, is not too bad, you know. I think like after 100 it gets kind of weird for me, but anyway, I could get, especially back then, I knew a lot more because I was younger and was up in the mix, you know. And so Ray basically said Chris will do fine, like he's a cool dude, like he's a good worker, I promise, you know. He vouched for me. So Art said, okay, let's hire the white boy. And so I got hired there. It was a great job. I did so many different things for that company. So it was a hardware store, but I also drove trucks. Like I used to have to pick up big pallets of concrete on this flatbed trailer, and I did all kinds of sorts of stuff for them. It was awesome. It was a great job. It didn't pay good, but it was still like, I got more than minimum wage, but it was still a cool job. So I used to love, like my lunchtime, I would walk around the town and just trip out on all the old buildings. There was a park there, and on Friday nights there was a farmer's market with live music and just a lot of culture there. It's awesome. I'm sure they still have it if you look up Lindsay Farmer's Market. There's a huge grass area. You know, there's a bunch of packing house, like tons of packing houses there. Super cool. Anyway, and like an awesome bar downtown. So like on Fridays we would go to the farmer's market and then go to the local bar, and you know, people dancing and drinking, and you know, people started to know who I was because, you know, I worked at the hardware store, so I didn't have to worry about like watching my back too much, you know, because being I'm very familiar with being the the odd man out in my life. You know, I've lived in a lot of spots where I was I was just I was the white guy, you know. But I grew up that way, so I always fit in, you know. So anyway, so when I was walking around town one day, I see that next to this restaurant, I read a sign talking about there was going to be a painting class, watercolors, and like I used to be into reading stuff like Charles Bukowski and Henry Miller. So Henry Miller always talks about doing watercolors. And so I was really into literature, and I thought, oh man, that would fit, you know. I used to write back then, and so I was like, this would fit perfectly, like I can learn to do watercolors. So I'm like, yeah. And so that I signed up for it. I don't know how much it costs. They gave me a list of the paints that I needed to buy, and then after work, once a week, I would go to this watercoloring class. But I was like, I don't know how old I was back then. Let's say like mid-20s, and drinking heavily, like every night, you know, that type of dude, and reading books, and spending time up in the mountains and walking a lot, you know. I thought I was kind of like a poet type of guy, you know. So anyway, so I go into this class, and everybody that's in there's nobody under probably 70 years old. There's probably only about 8 people in there, and they're all like way older than me, you know. So once again, I by myself being the odd man out. But it was cool. So I learned how to do, not a lot, you know, we had little projects we would do, and I had some paintings. Then I started painting at my house, watercolors, and that sky would be a beautiful watercolor. All that to say that. And then I stopped doing it, but I think I was decent. So my grandma, who I didn't really know, was a painter. She did oil, and I think my mom had some paintings, but any of our family heirlooms are all gone. You know, I don't know where any of that stuff is anymore. But my mom did have a few paintings. I don't know who in our family would have any of those. Now my dad might have one of his mother-in-law's paintings. I'm not too sure. And then my uncle, you could look him up, is a popular painter in big bump in Galveston, Texas. So if you look up Robert McBride, he's got an art gallery in Galveston, Texas, and he's a really good painter. So that was my mom's brother. So I think it kind of like, and then I think his daughter is also an artist. So I just felt like maybe I had some skills, but I just never stuck with it, you know. But one day, it's never too late. One day maybe we'll do it. I don't know. So the bike right now is having problems, my friends. So we've had a good run. Remember, I was having issues with my bike not going over 20 miles an hour for off and on for several weeks, and then all of a sudden it just started running good. Now, once again, I can't get over 20 miles an hour. I'm gonna have to put my headlamp on. So you guys can look at the sky while I put my headlamp on. Oh, what did I do? Oh, there it is. Oh. Let's turn the bike off. So there's this building. So see that? Can't really see the top of this building right here. It's called Weed Day. It's a dispensary. It looks like it's called something else, and it's going to be called Weed Day. It says coming soon. It's definitely a dispensary. There's more dispensaries over here, and then there's some on this side. There's dispensaries on this side as well, but I think actually over that way. But anyway, that building with the blue roll-up doors, I don't know what they make there, but it's some kind of baked goods. It smells right now, it smells like chocolate chip cookies. So every time I go by there, I smell it. So there goes a plane into John Wayne. It's beautiful, huh? Oh yeah, we could be right there. That's where I used to be. Pretty cool. All right, let's go. Let me check my phone real quick. Anyways, I started off with a chaotic story right out the gate, so I'll try to shut up for a little bit. But I didn't ride all weekend really because it was raining. So the last time I rode my bike for a decent amount of miles, besides little store runs on the weekend, was Friday. Friday's ride home. It's a vicious street right here. Yeah, no power. Nothing. No power, man. No power. I got no power. Oh yeah, that guy's got the Ben Davis. Got the Ben Davis sweater on. Yeah, when I was in high school, I was a Ben Davis type of person. I didn't like Dickies. I think I had probably bought some Dickies at first, and then I was like, then I discovered Ben Davis's, and I was like, oh man, I sported Ben Davis's as often as I could. So I used to wear like, used to get a lot of clothes from the thrift store, and I'd wear like, I was a skateboarder, so I'd wear like, back then it was like baggy jeans. I wear baggy 501s, like the OG 501s, baggy 501s. I'd cut off the bottoms because they were always too long, had the strings like kind of hanging down. And then I discovered Ben Davis's, and then that became the pants that I like to wear the most. But we still bought like, you know, yeah, probably baggy 501s and Ben Davis's were my thing. And then my favorite shoe back in the day was chukka boots. Vans had these mid-top chukka boots that only have like 4 or 5 laces, kind of not a mid-top because it's like under your ankle bone, but I wore black ones. That's what I used to skate in. That was my favorite shoe. But with the Ben Davis's, we would buy them at, there was this country store, like a Western store. This alarm's been going off for years. You hear that alarm? It's been going off for years. So, yeah, I'd buy Ben Davis's at the Western store, and you know, they had Wranglers and Ben Davis. That's what it was there. But they would custom cut your pants for you. So like, if you're gonna wear like baggy pants, like a 38 waist, which was baggy for me, and then, you know, the length is gonna be like 34 or 36 because it's such a big waistline. I'd have them cut the length down, you know, to 32 or whatever. Alright, so we're on Grand right now. Oh, you're gonna move. Sidewalk mode, my friends. We don't have enough power to get out there with the big dogs. Back into the chaos. Things have been mellow since the holidays. And when school starts again, it's gonna be even crazier. Now I'm gonna have to decide if I want to stay on Grand all the way into downtown Orange or not. So this is good though. This is a good route. It mixing stuff up a little bit, you know. Keeping everything mixed up. This guy's taking a hole. Looks like high school might be back in session. This is a high school right here. It's pretty dark, so I'll try to remember to brighten the footage. The headlamp won't help us at all until it gets completely dark. I guess it's helping a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're up to McFadden. All these random businesses. Sofas and mattresses coming soon. This is nice. Sometimes I don't like Grand, but when it's kind of getting dark like this, or I like it in the early mornings when anytime it's dark, it's good. Any of the places that I don't care to ride through when it's nighttime or dark early morning, then I just enjoy them a lot more. I find the nighttime like very comforting. Even though it's probably a lot more dangerous in every respect. Some more bicycle riders. Give them the right of way, even though they're going the wrong way. Extra space storage. All right, folks, we're coming up to First Street. What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? We're on Chestnut, past cross Chestnut right now. I guess, I don't know, let's decide when we get up here. Let's go, I guess we can ride through right up First Street. I can't go very fast right now, so sidewalk mode is kind of like what I'm looking at right now. And I think we'll go to the opposite side of First Street. There's not really much going on this side of First Street, so we'll just go to the other side, to the north side, and then we'll ride on the sidewalk down Motel Row and see what's going on through this little area over here that's pretty activated, to be honest with you. Dude, that guy is gonna get nailed on that wheelchair. Oh. This guy's gonna do a curb drop right here. Oh, I think my phone's ringing. Double check. I don't have my AirPods in, so oh yeah, I got a text. Just a second. Is that a dead body on the sidewalk? Friends, we got a carcass on the sidewalk. Got a homeboy. Uh-oh. We're gonna get dog bit right now. This dog's gonna come after me.
She's nice. She won't bite him.
Wow. Chaos. Let's just hit the side. And, freaking pit bull. So this spot's still shut down. Condemned. Wow. Let's put the light on. Oh, somebody's yelling at me. I didn't hear you. Man, another dog. What's the deal with these dogs? Look at this big old dog. Jeez. Steer clear of that. Starting to come alive out here. Starting to come alive. Oh, my front headlight wasn't on. lot to watch out for when you're riding on the street. The sidewalks aren't great. Got people popping out from everywhere. A lot of cars. There's this guy blocking the zone right here, homeboy. You gonna pull up on me, homeboy? Alright, so here we go, back over the 55. So we're at, somebody asked me what mileage I was at on this bike. So we're at 8,140 miles so far. This speed problem I'm having right now is a little daunting. I felt way more confident this morning than I do now. I guess let's stick to the theme of chaos. So let's just keep going on First Street in the wrong direction on the sidewalk. That should have been my cue to go, right? I should be able to go. Oh, we're gonna go. Yeah, we'll take this to Tustin, I guess. I don't know. I still have an opportunity to not. We'll go through Golden Circle. So let's turn this headlamp off. I don't want to mess up anybody driving. So this spot here used to be just really out of control. Let's see what it looks like now. Ooh. Dude, this guy's got a skull sweatsuit on. It's actually pretty cool. It's got skull pants and skull hoodie with like blood and stuff all over it. I don't know. Seems pretty quiet. I mean, it's busy, but it's not like it's usually. It's like this place went out of business. They have stuff growing out of their rain gutter. Cutting it. Junior's Burgers. Sunland. Wait, what the heck? Let's go look at this real quick. Sunland Hotel. I thought Sunland was over here. Didn't we just go by Sunland? What? I never knew this place was right here. Look at that. So to get in, you have to talk to somebody on an intercom. Wow. How did I miss that one? So we got a pretty big group of people down here. Kind of regretting this route because I feel like it's gonna take too long. But it says, it says 20 minutes, but it says 20 minutes because I stopped and turned my bike off. Well, I did not even see that dude standing there. There's a security guard right there. I didn't even not even see him. All right, can we get around this person? Or we'll just go on the street. All right, so, man, there's really no way out of this at this point. There's no way for me to change my mind. I guess on, just wouldn't be where we're stuck in the chaos because I can't really cross back over until I could on 17th Street, but that doesn't make any sense at all. So maybe if we get up to, I don't know, Santa Clara, but what's the point? Jeez, man, there's people like everywhere. Coming out of the woodworks. All right, that's fine. We're gonna get on the right side of the street. Oh my God, give me a freaking heart attack. We're gonna get on the right side of the street and then right here, and then we'll just cruise on the sidewalk. Keep doing what we're doing. Without the disturbance of headlights in our face. So here we are, 4th and Tustin and 4th. Love it. Got another plane coming in. I used to get gas at this US Gas all the time. Dang, check out this guy on the gravel bike. Trust no one. You pretty much gotta assume that nobody sees you. All right, let's go. Let's put on super light now. Let me check my phone. My daughter is texting me. I told her I'm on my way home now, and she texts back, yay. Oh my God, my heart, dude, my heart. Dude, I don't know, man. I had never had that feeling before, like before having kids or before having a wife or kids, like where you hear people say like you love somebody or love something so much that it hurts. Like I did not understand that. But I do now. Totally understand. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, man. It's too much. Too much for this little bitty heart that I have. Gotta watch out for parking lot chains and ropes. So this is actually kind of cool spot to kind of roam around through and explore. But I always end up going down this frontage road here where all the graffiti is. I'm assuming you guys, I'm leaning towards the graffiti because I'm assuming everybody would prefer to see the graffiti versus the freeway. But the freeway is actually cool too though. But we've seen this a bunch of times already, so. Make sure there's nobody coming down there. I'm not even looking where I'm going. Alright, now we can look at the freeway. There's a helicopter pad right here. They're doing a lot of construction over here. Yeah, let's go look at the helicopter pad. Like I said before, I spent quite a bit of time here when my mom died. This is where she died. Right in here. Danger, stay clear, helicopter operation. It'd be cool to watch a helicopter land here, but circumstances would be unfortunate, you know. Alright, so I do not know how long this ride has been. Hopefully my camera doesn't die. We're on 2K 60 frames. So we should have about an hour and 10 minutes total. I don't think that I've been riding that much. Yeah, this place is always just like teeming with ambulances, police cars, and fire trucks. Like all of the above. Consistently. If we went over to the ER right now, there would be cop cars. There would probably be 2 or 3 cop cars there. I don't know what that means, but maybe if you get like shanked in jail or something, they take you here. Do you see me? Do you see me? I can't tell. Do you see me? Yeah, I don't like that. I do not like going in front of cars, man, when I can't see their faces. Get off the sidewalk, man. Why you gotta ride on the sidewalk? Geez, this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna try to make it across. Yeah, we should be careful right here. Gotta be careful right here, y'all. All right, what are we gonna do now? Let's go by Smokies. The last time I went by here, some dude yelled at me after I got like down the road, like he wanted to beat me down. There we go. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is where the wig spot right here. I just shaved my head. I need to get a wig. I like that red one. It's a little hood back here, to be honest. We got this bar. Harry's. They don't even have their sign lit up. Irish pub. Watching some hockey. Wow, dude. I grew up in a bar, like, for real. My mom was a bartender. Which I'm sure I've talked about that before too. But when we moved from West Covina to Tulare County, and we lived out in the country, and my parents moved right across the street from a bar that was made out of, it was like a log cabin, because it was a logging slash, so it was a logging company, so the husband ran the logging company and the wife ran the bar. So my mom bartended there and my dad worked for the logging part of it. And I think this is a dead end street. No, I can get out here. So yeah, I spent a lot of time at it's called the Hoot and Holler, believe it or not. You can look it up. The Hoot and Holler, Terabella was where I grew up. I used to clean that bar with my dad. He's got a rad power bike. It's a busy little spot. Oh, look at this. Antojitos Los Sanchez. All right, the dilemma. So this video has been fun. This morning's was pretty basic. So the last video I made was a ride home, so I can't really publish 2 ride homes in a row. But I also don't want to fall behind. I guess I could publish this one or the morning one tonight, and then publish this one tomorrow. But I feel like I'm just putting out too many videos. But the one from my ride home on Friday, for some reason, a lot of people have watched that one. That one and the rain ride. I got like 600 views on the rain ride one. Which, you know, that kind of makes sense because it's like, it's kind of unique. But the ride home, I guess the ride home from Friday, a lot of people liked that video. I wasn't too sure how it was gonna do, but I liked it too because the sky, the clouds in the sky were so nice. So maybe that's why other people liked it as well. I don't know, like what about, like, I don't know what it is about my videos that people like. I'm really not too sure. I don't think it's the commentary. I don't think it's because I have a cool e-bike. I think I'm just lucky, like, and it's not like my channel's that popular, but I do feel thankful for that I get as many views as I get. But I'm just not too sure. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of e-bike channels, but I feel like my channel is unique. I don't see any other e-bike channels like mine. So yeah, if you're new to the channel and it's like, you're like, this guy puts out too many. So some people like a video every day. Some people think a video every day is too much. Sometimes I'll even put out 2 videos a day. So if you're new to the channel and you don't like watching a couple of things, if you don't like watching a video every day, like a lot of people, a lot of YouTube channels, they're just gonna put 1 video out every few days. And that's good because people are gonna feel lame for spending an hour a day. Some people for spending an hour a day watching somebody do the same stuff over and over. So these videos are obviously chronological, of course, right? So these Monday through Friday. I don't always publish every single video, but I do film every day, 2 hours a day. So, but you're not gonna miss anything. So I knew, like, there was a channel that I used to watch, so I would feel like if I missed a video, like, then I was behind, and so I would have to like backtrack, and then it would be overwhelming. Like, you'd be like, oh, I gotta go back to, like, it's already Friday, he's already on Friday's videos, I didn't even see the Monday. So then, like, you know, the channel was good, but it wasn't like binge worthy where you're gonna watch like 8 episodes and, you know, watch 8 episodes in a row. So then it was like overwhelming to me. I was like, I just stopped watching it because I'm like, I'm behind. But you're not gonna miss anything. You know what I mean? And if it's something cool, I'll start doing shorts. I just stopped doing shorts for a while. But like, if it's something cool, I'll do a short on it. Otherwise, it's just me riding the same routes, talking the same, you know, randomness and the same streets. And if I do anything crazy, I'll put it in the title. So don't feel obligated to backtrack or like you're getting left behind. And then also another thing that people don't like about my channel, I'm sure there's a lot of things. I'm just picking out stuff that I think generally that people might not like about it. It would also be the long form videos, but I think a lot of people like to watch long form videos, so I think that's getting more popular now. So my solution for that, if you're like, man, I can't watch an hour worth of this guy just, I promise that you can watch these videos in two times the speed, and you won't know the difference. So these hour-long videos you could cut down to 30 minutes, and you're not gonna, it'll still be enjoyable. It'll look like I'm going a little faster, and I talk so slow that it's perfect. I always watch my videos in 2 times. I can't handle watching these videos like in regular speed. It's not like it's boring, it's just because I've got other stuff I need to do. I've got other stuff to do. Like, I've got to watch my UFO channel, my podcasts. E-bikes and UFOs, man. 2 of my favorite things. not just UFOs, but just the idea of other types of intelligences, you know. All right, this should look familiar. So we're on Santiago Creek Trail. This is my hood right here. So we are in official Orange County commuter territory right now. So I have a feeling my camera might die. I don't know how long it's been. My daughter's probably gonna want to go to the park. I'll probably take her even though it's dark. So the only thing I ate today was some noodles. My kids have been into those, eating like those ramen noodles. Like those ones you get in the little cup, not cup of noodle, but you know. What the hell? Alright, I'm gonna stop real quick. What the hell was that, dude? What the hell was that? There was nobody. I'm tripping. There was I didn't see anybody up on that bank, but I heard them. So there's like these rafters that go under the freeway. I wonder if he was up there. Like, it sounded like he was, honestly, it sounds like somebody was like growling and spitting. But I didn't want to stop because I didn't know exactly where they were at. Well, maybe they were up in the rafters there. I don't know. We got to get home. It was so weird, man. I wonder if you'll be able to hear anything on the video. It's very strange. Should have went back down there. Could have been a setup, bro. This little group here has been here for a while. What is going on, dude? These guys get 86 from underneath the bridge, and there's more up here? I think there's some domestic stuff going on from under the bridge right now. Something's odd. Yeah, I think there was a domestic under the bridge. Everybody's all spread out and looking back at the bridge like something crazy happened. All right, we're gonna call it a video right here because I feel like the camera's gonna die. So instead of making the whole route, we're gonna jump over to the residential and end this video. So if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. If you want to help out with the channel at all, just, you've already done it. You watch the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've never done the hype thing, but if you want to hype the video if it's a good one. And then if you like it, I think that helps. And comments, it seems like when people make a lot of comments, I get a lot of views. So maybe just say what's up from where you live or whatever. And then beyond that, if you want to help with anything else, there's links in the description. But like, that's just because people ask me every once in a while, so it's easier for me to just put it down there. So I really do appreciate it. And we got to start visualizing a new bike for Orange County Commuter. So yeah, I got to manifest a new bike because this thing's not going to last too much longer. All right, we'll catch you on the next one, and thank you so much for your support.